I love Hannah.
I love Jess.
You're a sweetheart. I'm Jessica Madsen and I play Cressida Cowper.
And I'm Hannah Dodd and I play Francesca Bridgerton.
Mahal and Moxie, who asked, what is a storyline outside of canon you would have liked your character to go through?
Ooh. My character goes through quite a lot. I don't know that we can pile anything more in.
Yeah, I think she's at capacity
Yeah.
before she pops.
She's got enough to deal with.
Yeah.
Maybe Francesca. I don't know about Cressida.
Baby Francesca.
Finding
Yes, finding
someone.
love, but I feel like that we don't have time. Like she needs, this is her chapter that we're seeing, and that I feel like is a chapter that will to come for her in her life.
She deserves it.
Xmore6, who asked, who would be the perfect partner for Cressida?
Very good question.
Such a good question. Truly, who would? Who are they?
I don't know who they are. She needs kindness. She needs kindness and someone cool. Kindness and cool. I really don't know. That is a tricky question.
I feel like they
have to have a good style. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
They have to have a good style.
can't let Cressida down.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we haven't met them yet.
We haven't met them
Yeah.
yet, that's for sure.
That is
She'll be
for sure.
waiting.
Yes. The next question is for Hannah from Orange Peel Shortbread Cookies,
Hi, Orange Peel Shortbread Cookies.
who asked Hannah, how would you describe Franny's personality and how does this inform her relationships with others like her family?
Oh, yeah. So Franny's introverted. She's a bit shyer than her siblings, which has a massive impact. But I think what's really interesting about her is that she can have a slightly bigger personality around those who she feels really comfortable with. So when she's with the Bridgerton, she can join in with the banter, but she just doesn't feel the need to compete for attention, which I think is something quite special about her. And I think that means that she's happier to fade into the background sometimes with all of the like huge personalities. And then, yeah, in the ton, those environments can be quite overwhelming. So she kind of would prefer to take a sideline.
Sarah Ann Isabel asked for both of you, what would your royal regency name be if you were in that era? So
There's
you
rules,
yourself.
isn't there? It's
Yeah.
like lady, your middle name, and... But my middle name is Francesca, so I don't really...
I love that.
Yeah.
What is the rule? Mine would be Lady Shirley.
Ooh.
I know.
Obsessed. I think last night they were also doing like the last thing you ate and...
Lady
Ton on the
Shirley
end.
Bar.
Lady Shirley
Caffeinated bar. Ton.
Barton.
Because you have to put ton on the end.
Of course, Barton. There we go.
Great. Lady Shirley Barton. She sounds great.
She does sound quite cool,
Coming
actually.
to season 4.
The perfect person, perhaps, for Cressida.
Yeah!
Exactly. Where is Barton when we need
We're
him?
waiting for Barton.
Lord Barton to come along.
Allison96 asked, if you could choose a theme song for your personal life and your character, what would it be and why?
I feel like a Cressida theme song for this season is Changes, Black Sabbath. Yeah. But if you take like the sort of love element of the song, maybe out.
Oh,
It's okay.
She's looking. She'll find him.
she will.
And for myself, I love disco. I love disco and funk. But I would have to pick an Annie Lennox song.
Love that.
Yeah, because I love Annie Lennox. So maybe Sweet Dreams.
Oh,
It's got a good bass, like
banger.
Yeah.
Okay. Francesca, I have a playlist and one of the songs on there is Iris Goo Goo Dolls, which I think is quite Francesca. What about me? Oh, I don't know. It depends on the day.
I'll only give you
depends
like
on
a
the
disco
person.
or funk song.
I'll take it. I don't know
So
that
I don't go to
necessarily. I don't know about me. I don't think I could commit to one song, and that's a big thing about me as well.
You need a mashup?
Choose. I would need like a full playlist, I think, yeah. Depending on the time of day, the mood, the people I'm with, yeah.
Well, what was on your Francesca playlist?
Why why is it like I've never listened to a single song in my life when I get asked these questions?
She made the playlist and then
then
absorbed it. Yeah. Songs mostly.
There's a lot. I get nervous to say because some of the lyrics might give away what's coming up for her. There's some quite intense songs on there. It's varied. There's like a Maroon 5, there's Pink, there's
I love a Maroon 5.
Tom Odell, there's some classical music on there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Hannah can play Mozart. It's her playing.
Hannah
Really?
could play Mozart if you brought a piano in now. Not a chance. Don't look around trying to make that happen.
Look, there's got to be a piano in this hotel.
Oh my god, I would be useless now.
But you learned it.
Lessons. I did learn
She
it.
learned Mozart for the show.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to say that in
Yeah.
every interview. She learned Mozart,
She
guys.
did
okay?
it.
Like, honestly, that's, bucket list accomplishment.
I
Absolutely.
don't know that I accomplished it.
You did.
though.
I think
You
there was a
learned
lot
it.
of help involved.
Any kind of learning comes with
Take it. Take it and say it.
Do you think mathematicians just woke up with math in their head? Someone taught them.
Exactly. No one taught me math.
Nobody taught me math.
People tried.
People tried and gave up on me very quickly.
Look, we ended up where we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here.
A smiling, hopeless romantic asked, what's a moment in part 1 that was ad-libbed on the spot? If there were any.
Absolutely nothing for me was ad-libbed.
No, we don't
Too
really
terrified.
ad-lib that much, do we?
No.
Couldn't tell you.
No Mozart remixes on there?
Oh yeah, I just went. I was like, actually, guys, I've got a better idea.
Wait for this beat drop.
I can beat this one.
Recaloca. I love these usernames. I can read them so well. What episode has the scene in it that was the most fun to film? And are there any non-spoiler things that you can share about it? And this question is for both of you.
I feel like it's hard to pick one
Yeah.
favorite. For me, being on set and working with Claudia was the best experience
Pink
of my life.
Lords.
And I didn't get to work with Hannah, so I'm not, leaving her.
Oh my god, no, Queen Claudia, like just not even a comparison.
But every day was just amazing, and we laughed a lot. But I can't pick like a scene.
No,
I
you
don't
guys,
think.
yeah, every time you're together, you'll get you in.
Yeah, and not like our scenes were that funny, but because they're really, they're getting in. Yeah, they're not funny scenes, but we laughed a lot behind. We do weird things and pull silly faces. And stuff.
We are like the presidents of the Claudia fan club.
Yes,
aren't
we are. We actually have t-shirts on.
Oh, yeah. What would the Claudia fan club motto be?
What's your line? And you said it in an interview, and you were like, I felt like I was speaking to Claudia.
How are you so brave to be so different?
That is a good line.
She's the
Yeah.
Fields is, and so much herself.
Yeah,
Like she's fearlessly herself, and I love that.
we love.
What a way to be.
Yeah.
Does she have any advice?
A ton.
I know.
A ton. Where is she?
Yeah, we need her at all times.
The next question is from Wisteria Blooms,
Oh.
who asked, what happens to all the beautiful costumes that are made for the show? Are they preserved? Will there be an exhibition where we can see them, or do the actors get to keep them?
I keep them all. What about you?
You wear them down to supermarket, don't you?
Absolutely.
Look, you have to get wear out of your best items.
They're 100% kept, but I
Yeah.
would love to see an exhibition.
It would be such a beautiful exhibition. It'd be so
Yeah.
nice for them to be on display. And a lot of the times they can be recycled as well, in the sense of like the
Yeah.
essays will then like be given dresses and they'll be changed, but the fabric will be reused and recreated and stuff like that.
Oh, I had no idea about
Yeah,
that. That's so
from
interesting.
older seasons.
But I
Please
always
tell me I'm
joke
not
with
lying
John.
about that. That's
No,
a
you are,
thing.
you're But I always tell John, I'm like, oh, of course I can't take it back because one day it will be in the V&A.
Yeah. I mean, they are all pieces of art.
Yeah,
every
truly.
single one of
Yeah,
them.
and this season I think we see it have, it's really elevated in such a beautiful way.
yeah.
It's couture and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love my stuff.
Oh, your
Yeah.
stuff is amazing.
Beautiful.
I want them. I would wear them. There are some of the tops that I would wear with like pants.
Oh.
Like sort of wide pants.
Yes.
Those beautiful like waist.
Gorgeous.
I'm
Stunning.
obsessed.
I love the dress you wear this season that is like, it's like, it looks like you're wearing like feathers or...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
The
of,
big
I thought,
bird.
I was like...
We call it
pink
big
one.
bird.
Yeah, the big pink one. You call it Big
We call
Bird?
it Big
Oh my
Bird.
gosh, I love that.
Stunning.
I was like...
And actually, my hair, Grace, who does my hair, she edited me as Big Bird in the dress.
wow.
She loves Photoshop.
She's good on
She's
Photoshop.
really good.
So
She is. Oh, God.
your hair is, that's your hair, like in the full like updos and
Absolutely.
everything?
No, it's not. It's a wig.
I was like, that is impressive. Is your head okay?
It is. They're actually pretty light.
They're, oh
Yeah,
my God.
they're so fine. All the pieces are so finely created, and I think we've learned since we've started the show that they are big and that everyone's really accommodating to making sure that they're not so heavy. But I don't know if you asked Golda that question, what she would say.
Oh my
Hers
gosh.
are
Huge
humongous.
and heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs a neck masseuse on set.
She
I
really
think.
does.
Or a brace. Background Agent 3 asked, who is your favorite Bridgerton couple?
I feel like you have to say Pauline this season.
I
We
think,
love a bit of Pauline.
but I do think so. We've been with them since the beginning.
Yeah.
So we've known these characters for such a long time. So it's so exciting
Yeah.
to see them.
I love the
finally
friends to
get
lovers
together.
Yeah.
trope
Yeah.
as well.
Me too.
Like any relationship that's based on years of friendship, I think is.
I think
such a
it's the best way
solid
to
one.
start.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a question from an anonymous user who asked, I have a bit of a predicament. I'm terrified of falling in love, but I want to oh so badly. Would your character have any advice for me? And I feel
Asking
like
the two
You're
wrong
wrong.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I honestly think like Jessica, like obviously Cressida knows what she wants. And like, Hannah, like you find, you like Francesca finds her person this season, right? And it's just a different kind of Well, oh no, what happens in part 2?
No, I'm just scared to give away spoilers.
Scared to say anything.
Scared to say anything. I feel
Close
like
your ears.
he's
Francesca
just
and
like
Cressida
a
get together.
spoil. Yeah, that happens. I would love
No,
that.
we're joking.
Honestly, yes.
Yes.
Tumblr would love that storyline
Yeah.
too.
Can we
so.
just go with that? Just start.
Can you imagine me just start
Like, that's
saying
why
all
they
the
keep
fake
being
stuff?
paired together.
That's why we're always holding each other's hands.
You know what? Cressida and Franny, I could totally see it. You
We'd
know,
balance
like a
each
very-
other out, wouldn't we?
Exactly.
Look at Jill.
Like Disco and Mozart.
Yeah. That is what the world needs, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cressida would have that much good advice when it comes to love, because I feel like she's still learning what love could be. She doesn't really understand it, I don't think. That's not been what she's learned from her mom.
Yeah.
Love match isn't in the vocabulary what her parents want for her. It's like finding someone who's wealthy, finding someone who's going to make, their position in society shine. So I feel like she's still learning, so don't listen.
Yeah.
Just yet. She could though.
Maybe.
I
But
think
for
Franny's like,
myself,
yeah, you could give
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
you have to be brave. It's always a risk. But I think trusting your gut is something I've really learned in my life. Go with your gut, and when you know that there's something's not right, that's the time to speak. You know when you meet somebody, you know when it's special.
Trust yourself.
Trust
that.
yourself and be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself, because you're wasting time if you're not.
And yourself will come out eventually.
Yeah, and also that's what you want. You want
Yeah.
someone who wants to be with you.
Yeah. So anything
Who
you're
you are.
not doing, like
Yeah.
not showing,
Yeah.
why would you not show that if you want to be fully with
Exactly.
someone? Yeah.
And it's easy to, look at social media and see everything and kind of, there's so much information. We're like hijacked by information on Instagram, I think, when it comes to love and when it comes to, your mental health and everything. But like, you really have to engage with yourself and be like, think about it.
Court yourself first.
Oh, yes, I love that. Yes. And it works, because I spent the whole year doing that and it worked for me.
Regret with a U.
Regret.
Interesting. I don't know. Regret. Oh, like Rugrats? Yeah.
Like a
What was-
Rugrat?
Yeah, right? Or like...
I love Rugrats. I loved Angelica.
Oh, great show. Great animation.
I love that I say I love Angelica. She's like, the badass one.
Is Angelica the Cressida of the Rugrats?
Absolutely.
Oh
100%,
yeah.
Typecasting myself.
Regret with a U asked, what was the funniest thing you had to do for an episode this season?
I just remember laughing like every day, hysterically laughing, crying, laughing.
What was the weirdest thing?
Funniest.
Funniest. I mean, getting through a doorway with my shoulders was pretty hilarious.
And especially with the dressing gown over the top, you know.
Yeah, so I had a little dressing gown because coats didn't really fit over my shoulders, and some of them you could take off because it's a lot to put on. But I did wear a robe on top of it, and I looked like an American football player, and I did walk around like, yeah, I did a lot of that.
Looking flawless.
You know, a lot of like, there's an awful lot of videos with me and my shoulders.
Honestly, the idea of seeing everyone.
My tiny hands! I had tiny hands. Grace, who did that's a good one, yeah. Grace, who did my hair and makeup. No, my hair. Beth did my makeup. She, for Christmas, got me tiny hands. And
big shoulders.
Big shoulders.
Tiny
hands. You know the little tiny hands. Like, I swear, it's Kristen Wiig, isn't it, who wears the tiny little hands on SNL.
The bag with
and I pick up my little bag. So it came at the perfect timing because it's the scene where she says, I have an announcement. And I had my tiny hands. And I was like, I have an announcement.
Oh my God.
Iconic behaviour.
And Billy, oh my gosh, he jumped out of his skin when I put my tiny hands on him.
You're having the time of your life those days.
That was the greatest Christmas gift I've ever received. I still have them on my mantelpiece.
Happy.
They're up there, my tiny little hands.
It really did
get this.
Make you happy.
It did make me so happy. I'm very easily pleased. Far too easily pleased.
Just a very hands-on person, you know.
Tiny hands-on person.
Very hands-on person.
And do you know you can get tinier hands for the tiny hands? And then they make even babier baby hands that fit on the fingers of the baby hands. Yes.
Don't.
Are they extensions?
Yeah, they're like, you can get like tiny little tiny hands, so you can put like the finger hand on, and then you can put little hands on the little finger. Yeah.
We must.
That's like
find them.
Handception.
Like, you know when you get the dolls and you open them?
Like the, yes, exactly.
So you need
like
tiny hands for the tiny hands, tiny hands.
Right, I'm getting on Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
Tonight.
How tiny can the tiny hands get?
That's amazing, with a magnifying glass.
And with our...
Sorry, now we got weird.
No.
Tiny hands with a magnifying glass.
An atom-sized tiny hand. You know, there's 3D printers now. We could do it.
New business, let's go.
Okay, what is the tiniest hand? Anonymous asked, what do you love most about each other?
Oh, that's really
that's
sweet.
so nice. This is our favorite.
So much. I love Hannah.
I love Jess.
You're a sweetheart.
We
have found we are so green.
Yeah, I don't think like we could have got through.
I don't think we would have got here
this,
to New York.
When we get separated now, we're like, huh? Where? And we are missing our third. We need Claudia in the middle of us.
She would always be in the middle.
She needs to be here.
And then any question asked to us, we go.
That's for you.
And
we're constantly like all entangled and like just like holding on, physical touch constantly.
Well, what do you love most about Claudia as well then?
So many things. She's the kindest, most down to earth and hilarious, talented. Oh my God,
She's smart and witty, and she's such a generous actor.
Mm-hmm.
Working with her is magic. Like, it doesn't matter where the cameras are, whether they're on you, whether they're on her, you're 100% there.
Yeah.
And like, it's just amazing what happens. It's like playing tennis in the best possible way. You know, she does something, you just respond. Like, you're responding, you know, you're reacting and not acting. Like, you don't have to generate anything by yourself. Which is kind of what you want. That's the goal, to work that way. And so I feel so privileged to have done that this season with her.
She is just the best human.
Yeah. Really.
As are you, darling.
As are you, darling.
As are you.
Bye.
Final question for both of you is, what's something that's a big dream of yours?
Oh, I like that question. A dream I've always really had is I would love to have a studio space where if I'm not filming or doing any acting, I would love to be able to like be there and paint. Not that I'm a great painter, because I'm not, but
You're an
I just
incredible
love,
photographer.
yeah, to have like I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm not.
She is.
I'm sort of a fake
Oh my
it till you
gosh.
make it kind of thing. I have no idea of lighting, but I really enjoy photography. But to get into it more and have like a cool studio space
That
and
would
like
be gorgeous.
have all my friends come and do whatever they want to do, and we paint and just do cool stuff.
Do cool stuff.
It sounds like I want to go back to kindergarten.
I know.
But I do. That's
Yeah,
basically
but
what
that's gorgeous.
Those
Yeah.
are all the most fun activities.
you can come play piano.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't make me play. Don't make me sing.
That is so true. Then Francesca's gonna be like, I would just love to do a musical film at some point. That's like a huge dream of
This
mine.
one can dance.
I would just love to get
And I bet you
to
can
do
sing.
that.
You're like, actually.
Don't make me
I feel
Don't
like
make me
every
sing.
single Bridgerton can sing.
Oh yeah, they
Every
are.
Bridgerton can sing.
They just harmonize before it takes.
Yeah.
So
It's
are you-
stunning.
The Bridgerton family band is something that we might be.
I think they have talked about us being like the Von Trapps.
Oh my gosh.
A musical episode. They did that with Grace.
We can do it for Bridgerton. I feel like, and also one of the most, one of the questions we get for every interview for pretty much every show that doesn't have a musical episode is when's the musical episode? There's always.
Really?
Yes, people always want a musical
Who
episode.
was the first person
So-
to do that? I bet it was Shonda.
It's probably Shonda. What an icon.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Wow.
mean, I'd watch it because there's some really talented people.
I would.
Luke Newton and like.
Yeah, I was
Courtney's
about to say,
voice,
I
Luke
couldn't be-
Thompson's voice,
Courtney's
JP's voice.
insane.
Like, oh my god.
I wouldn't
I'd
be.
tune in. Not sure I'd be
I'd be
in,
like,
but-
I keep it really low. Keep
yeah,
it
yeah. We'd be like the,
We'd be
the
like that.
harmonizers. Yeah.
Keep it really simple.
Chorus.
Yeah, with the chorus. They lay lots of other professional voices on top.
No, I'll be with Jack Murphy, our choreographer. I'll like
Great.
boss them about, get them in. Yeah.
That sounds good. I'll come
Yeah.
stand with you.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, I can't wait for the Bridgerton season 4 musical episode. We keep an
Coming
eye out for
soon.
it. Yeah. You just agreed to this. Netflix, don't cut. Thank you both so much. This was a ton of fun. I
Thank
really
you.
loved the new season, and I've been loving the show for years. I can't wait for part 2. Congratulations on a
Thank
fantastic
you.
season. And I hope you guys get a break and some chill time. Thank you so much for taking the time. Like
Thanks
after
for having
what I'm sure
us.
has been a wild press journey.
This is
chat.
our last interview.
Is it?
Yeah.
We just got the fan event tonight.
So thank you.
Yeah,
Gosh,
thank you.
Any
It's
final-
rounded our trip off.
Yes. Any final things you want to say in your final interview? Any questions that weren't asked that you want to answer?
Can you imagine? I want to
Dude, I've
say
been-
this.
I want to say this, everybody.
I feel like we've done a
I
lot
feel
of
like
talk.
we've done a lot of chatting.
We've answered a lot of questions. There's nothing.
And do we have an update on that piano?
Oh, I need to get back to piano
Just
lessons.
like the little one.
The little hands on the piano. Wow. Okay,
I
I'm up
can
for
play
that.
chopsticks.
Okay.
That's what I need to
Chopsticks
see.
with the tiny hands.
I bet you I could get it.
Okay, I have a keyboard that I have at home to practice on.
I'm bringing my
so-
tiny hands with
Oh, wow.
me.
I'm keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.